just let me go.
So I'm going to record this part that way, like, in the YouTube, if you want, you can watch it, like TV. That's my YouTube channel for recovery coaching.
All right.
So explain to me.
What is it? Can you write that down for me?
HEALNOW.TV. The reason I want to ask is, see, people, we don't understand. Why is it knowing that you're going to die, you use? I'm just trying to figure out what goes on in your mind.
I don't understand. I've done the same person so many times. And that self-destructive behavior, almost as if
what was going through your mind that day?
Aside from the fact that I was distraught that my mother, they found her at 4 o'clock in the morning with no shoes and a t-shirt on during that week in December. It was minus 20-degree wind chill, and she's been epileptic for years. So other than feeling distraught and despair, having to place her into a nursing home with strangers caring for her, and me not being able to.
Do you think she was also using?
No, my mother, no. She's religious. She doesn't even smoke cigarettes, nothing. No, but she's been epileptic. She's 100% Korean. So there's a language barrier. She has a lot of issues, health issues. So, and she's just, eventually I believe from so many seizures, her nervous system is just starting to go.
So she's in a nursing home?
Now she is.
No, but what's the connection between that and you overdosing?
It's that self-destructive behavior. Sometimes I wonder if I'm punishing myself. I don't understand. Because I know I've had things. I've been successful and happy and in love. Me and my girlfriend, we met using, but got clean together for months. It was the most amazing time in my life. So when things start happening and I put blame on myself, I wonder if there's like a subconscious thing that, like, I'm punishing myself. I don't feel good enough. I don't live up to expectations. I'm not a good enough son to care for my mother. I'm not a good enough boyfriend to provide for my girlfriend. And I don't.
What do you do for a living?
I'm very well with computers. I was just working in a machine shop.
So on the day you overdosed, did you hold a job?
No, I've been unemployed for a while. I go in the homeless shelter.
And how do you get money to get the
criminal activity, you hustle in the streets, maybe I'll buy some, sell a little bit to friends, or somebody will ask me to get it, I charge them extra with money like that.
So when you overdosed that day, you went in the donut, you went to the bathroom and you used.
Yeah.
And you almost died, you say. You were given Narcan 3 times.
Twice. Intubated with oxygen and defibrillator paddles.
3 times. Okay. So, let's assume, that person who was there that time is no more, and you're talking to that person who died. Let's split your personality. So what would you say to that boy that they overdosed?
You've got your whole life ahead of you. Or a few hours of a feeling, or maybe of the absence of feelings, because that's what it is. You use, and you know that whatever you're feeling is just going to go away in that short period of time.
So you're fighting the feelings, not necessarily the cravings.
I mean, it's hand in hand, though, right? I just want that escape. I'm always so anxious and nervous, and I feel so down on myself because I've struggled being homeless and all of that. So it's easier to just escape. And over years and years of doing it, it becomes almost like instinctive. Like, I can't deal with this. Let me, okay.
So
I have my whole life ahead of me. I've got hope. I've got family. I've got a beautiful, loving, caring girlfriend. I've got so much that could have just been gone. $10 worth of heroin. $10 small bag almost killed me.
So I'm going to say it in another way. Okay, I do spiritual coaching. It's called Positive Anonymous 12-step program. My higher power. This is my teacher. He says it in another way. And I think addiction, some part is not able to take responsibility, and I think we need to figure that out. But that's a piece we need to, because even after death, even in that state, we need to be responsible, and that's why even after we leave, we have to work through those issues. That's why people keep coming back in energy, like in a medium and all connect with them. And they always tell the family, please don't be, because indirectly we are hurting their feelings, right? Like they, even though we leave pain behind, right, for others to clean up.
Right.
So that is our piece we need to address, but we will do it a little bit later. Early in recovery, I'm going to teach you certain skills that will help you. Okay. So there are only 3 skills in early recovery I teach. I'm a recovery coach, so you learn it, go play the field, come back, and we'll address that. Okay. The first skill is listening skills. The listening skills is both inside listening and outside listening. So you're letting another thinking from outside, because thinking is like a drone. Okay. Think of it as a drone. Your brain is the operator. Okay.
Yes.
So that's why, like, when you put the drone mind center, you can put it in the sexual areas, you can get activated, right? You put it in the heart, you feel love. You put it in the forehead center, you get the higher expectation of how to achieve goals and stuff, right? So think of it as a drone. For the drone to work properly, to capture the brain, you need to have the brain to be aware what it needs, right? For that, you need to be in a space of listening. So if in case you are listening to a TV saying something, randomly a thought says, oh, that guy is a loser because he died. So let's say, like, that's the way you heard it on the radio. What it happens is it creates a feeling inside.
Internalizing.
But no, not even internalizing. The thinking creates a feeling.
Okay.
So then we have a catalog. So you will go back and say, hey, when did that feeling happen to me?
Right.
When I was feeling guilty because my mom didn't have a home. So you're creating a memory based on the thinking which created a feeling. All these are not facts. See, the thing is, thinking is outside.
Yes.
Fact is, your mom is in the nursing home. But the relationship, memory you create is false, right? Like, this is not connected. But you're connecting it because that's your vocabulary. Like I say, you have a smaller book and I have an encyclopedia. So you're reading a very small book that has maybe only 5 words. F word, B word, C word, yes word.
Yeah, right. And that's all I'm taking.
Word,
and I'm letting it consume me. Oh my God.
So your vocabulary, you need to go to school to learn. There is a lot of words.
Right.
So you need to get out of the F word first.
Oh.
You need to get out of the L word. You need to get out of the D word. Your vocabulary has to improve to at least catch up to 26. Right?
Really?
So that is the first thing. So
yeah.
Then afterwards, that triad, right? Like the triad, then you put yourself in a box by creating a relationship with this triad. You say, okay, you know what? I'm going to go into this box where this thinking creates this feeling and that creates this memory. So I'm going to use, so my relationship is I'm in a box. So you go buy that box and you fill it with powder.
Right? A vicious cycle. It just
so what you need to do is all these 4 are associated with the body. Our inner light is pure light. There's no words. So the first thing is to understand God loves you no matter whether you are or a higher power or whatever you believe in. It doesn't matter to me. That loves you whether you use or not. But not using, why it's important? If by chance you are in the society, we put you in jail if you use. Like, so if you are in the forest, you can roam around. Don't wear clothes, be cold. So if you are in society, you go to human jail, which is a human zoo, right? Human zoo, you're behind the bars.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you want to be a human, you have to follow the rules. If you want to be an animal, you can, but you need to be in a different place. You're trying to be an animal in human area, so if you understand that, your relationship will fall apart, because the relationship is all based on false knowledge. So if you understand that feeling you create is based on a false memory you gave, and you create a new memory, you wouldn't have that issue. And the new memory, the only way you can create is by being grateful. Number 1, listening is this listening allowing me to have power of living to be grateful, or am I being a victim? So if you understand that, the whole relationship will fall apart. Because if you play victim, you'll never get out. You
And
can
that's-
never be in a victim mode. So the next thing is listening to others. That is also part of the same listening. Listening to you first, listening to others. So if you listen to yourself properly, you can influence you. If something says and you say, don't like the feeling, you say, I refuse to accept that.
Huh.
And you just say,
Yes.
I'm going to work through it. And then you will do listening to others, where if they make you feel that way, you listen to them. And if they use any word like D, J, L,
Yeah, right.
you say to them, I refuse to accept the definition of it. So take that label off. They put you in a wrong shelf.
Yeah, right.
Hey, I need to be in a different shelf. Maybe I don't belong to the pharmaceutical category. I'm in a food category.
Yeah. I need to be able to the vintage wine and the champagne, not down here with 99-cent beer and
So-
cheap vodka.
So what I'm saying is, so if you influence, if you listen to them, you will influence them too, but not with a fight, with attitude that's class act. Okay, so be a class act first.
See, I've got
So-
such poor self-esteem.
So we will work
So
on that. So the
hard
first
on
thing is
myself.
listening. Second thing is, if you do not walk the talk,
Mhm.
nobody is going to believe you.
That's right.
So poor self-esteem is because you cannot even trust you.
Ugh,
How can
no,
you?
I mess
Anybody
everything
else?
up all the time.
Everybody else, how can they trust you, right?
Oh.
So you really need to give yourself a time out each time you do something. Make amends, okay? So leadership skills is first you walk the talk, and then you can lead others. If you are not even leading yourself, how can you lead others? And the last one is, so the only way they can have esteem for you is if you give yourself the space. So it's not about others, it's you
Mhm.
need to lead you first, and then everybody else will lead you. The last one is to achieve goals. The achieve goal is very simple for you to be clean for 1 week, right? That's all we are going to achieve for this
Yeah,
week.
right.
So these are the 3 things we need to work on in the first week. And if in case somebody tempts to you, or conveniently drops into your lap, and
It
suddenly
almost happened today.
a stork flying over you, and
Falls
suddenly
on my
in bed.
head.
Yeah, I have seen so many stories.
Oh.
I have not believed it, but even if by chance it happens, you have to have the grace to say, I cannot accept this gift. It's too much for me. So pass it on. I feel you need to understand you are very precious to you, and you yourself told me, if in case that kid who died that day, you're going to see him again, you're going to tell him you have the whole world ahead of you. So it's not like you're trying to commit suicide, right? So I feel, to be strong to you, the first week goal is for you to listen properly, lead yourself, and get to that achievement, which is come back to the appointment next week, and not to touch anything more. Doesn't matter whether you withdraw or not. You don't touch anything. If in case you feel you need to see me, you can even come every day. Come tomorrow. Come Monday. Oh, Monday we are closed.
Oh,
So Tuesday. But I think it's very important for you to stay in that space where you're going to be strong for you. Would you promise me that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm here, and I had the chance to get to use 10 minutes after I came out of the courthouse.
So that's good.
You know, I
So you're going to be
can't.
strong this week.
Yes,
Okay.
I have to be.
I'm proud of you.